I think if I recall some of the most significant things that occurred in my life in relation to the supernatural, or what we call the paranormal today, I would have to be the times when I was validated. Those rare occasions when somebody else is in the room. This is one of those times, and I wanted to share it with you. I call it the window. And although I have left out a lot of the occurrences and how it impacted me as a child and as an adult, and even in relation to this field, the most significant thing that happened wasn't the event. It wasn't the ghost, the supernatural, or the paranormal. It was having someone else in the room. Here it is. The window. Every night, I would hear the pecking upon the glass. And when I looked, there would be a hand just going back and forth across this window, and it had an axe. And it scared me so badly that even though I respected my father, and even though I feared my father, I would run out of that room screaming. And I remember as we lay there in the darkness, and I remember feeling safe because my father was laying next to me, it began. And I could hear the pecking on the glass. And the first thing I remember thinking is, it's me. I've been told so often that it was my imagination that I really assumed, even as a child, I was the only one hearing this. And when I looked over at the window, I saw the hand holding the axe, swinging back and forth. It was at this point that my father leapt out of bed, ran toward that window, opened it up, and climbed out onto the flat portion of the roof itself. Above this, where the window was, it was an A-frame. And it was actually the very top of the house. And it was impossible for anyone to have maintained a balance upon this very sharp, inclined A-frame. And I remember my father's astonishment that no one was there. That in that millisecond that it took him to leap out of bed, open that window, and climb outside, there was no one there. I know he found it very hard to accept. And I know he never spoke of it, nor would he allow me to speak of it. And I think that in that moment, that's when my father knew. He knew that somehow his son was different, and he knew that there was something he couldn't fight. And I wanted to share that with you. For anybody who's out there and you've had your experiences and you know they're real And you even begin to doubt yourself sometimes. Every once in a while, we're validated. And that's what we hope to do in this field. To validate this reality that just like my father, a lot of people just can't seem to accept. This is Rod Shelton, Hauntings Radio, Radio Rod. And I thank you so much for taking the time to listen. Feel free to share any of your own personal experiences right here. I'd be happy to have you on the show. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to rate. And remember, keep searching. Keep finding. Be well, my friends. Be well.
Just concentrate. Trust the music. Just concentrate.